Hey folks, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a new video. It is Monday, so we're going to look at some trading setups for the week. Last week was pretty dang good, if I'm saying so myself. I gave you 3 possible trading setups, or at least 3 setups that I would trade. One was an area here, the golden pocket 78.6 for a long. We got that. The second one was the golden pocket here from this move to the downside, back to the golden pocket for a short. That was a nice trade. And then I also said at the end of the week I would only long if we take out all of these lows, and guess what happened? We took out all of these levels, SRP'd and then went higher. So 3 trades completely for free in 1 week from back to back. 1, 2, 3. If you did not make any profit last week, then please keep paying attention to the channel or change your strategy, because the trades from last week were relatively easy to get into, great invalidation, and were just easy to trade. So if you didn't make any money last week, then you have some work to do. Alright, now let's start diving into the trades for this week. What am I looking at? Well, we just got a tap from a daily level, and there you can see to the dang dollar. And then people say that TA doesn't work. Look at that. We had the daily level there already for a while, 27,413. And we got tapped very nicely and then went up. That could have been a long scalp if you took the trade right away from the daily. I was a little bit too late behind my laptop, so I didn't open up a trade anymore. But if you were on time, then you had at least a 0.5 or 0.7% move. Could have a TP1 and then a move stop loss to entry, then you would have been stopped out. So that would have been a nice trade. Also, by the way, the move from last week on Friday also closed CME gap. So I'm going to take this one off, and then we are going to look at the current price action. Actually, we can also take the current daily off because we just tapped it. Something that I still would be interested in if we get it is maybe one more move down to SFP these lows and then to go higher. I will trade that as a long, so that is then also right away my first long setup. Let me clear the screen here a little bit, because here on top we have the shorts. So that would be the first long actually for me. Or if we see some bullish divergence starting to play out at this level, so price then slowly going higher and CVD is going lower. I will also show you that in a minute. Matter of fact, I can show you right now. So that is where you see here price is then coming down, and price is wants to come down, cannot make new lower lows, but CVD is going lower, and that means that people are trying to push the price down but are unable to do so. Therefore you make a higher low on a small time frame and then you go higher. So that is something you can look out for. So that will be the first trade for me. Let me take this out because we don't need that anymore, and then I would actually just put the stop loss underneath the low. So with the idea of bullish CVD, you are not taking out these lows. So something then like this, and actually I would aim for the highs. Could be a very good risk reward. If we're getting a SRP of the current low, then I would just of course put the stop loss underneath the wick, and then also aim for these highs. So actually both the trades could give you a pretty good risk reward, 1 to 4 and 1 to 5. You could try to long this once we lose this, but the thing is that we have taken out already all the liquidity here underneath, and then we are getting to that whole area to the downside where we have that big liquidity fest. So I would actually be pretty careful trying to long this. On the upside, however, we have a few very interesting levels. I'm going to zoom out now to the hourly, then we have a little bit more on the screen, and that is maybe a SRP of this high. Not my favorite, but at least I just put it in and we'll see what happens with price once we reach the level. So if we really do go higher, lose the level, close underneath, I will play that as a short, and my targets are then really just the lows of this range, because we are here in a new trading range. So the target is really the lows. I will take profit somewhere along the way. Matter of fact, I will do that most likely once we get back into the range. So I will do that then at the value area high of 28k, maybe something at the point of control that's pretty close to each other. Lose that, you're just going to the bottom. So that's then 27,400. But of course, first they need to get up. And then we still have that big trade here on top. That's the golden pocket. And that will then start off from 28,940 to 29,200. So 2 longs, 2 shorts, maybe here a third long where we just talked about, but not so super eager. I actually just want us now to go higher since we already took the lows. If we're looking at the open interest, so that is what I have here at the bottom, we already talked about this last week, and that we have a relatively high open interest. Last week we were just shy of 500 million. Now we are opening the week just above 500 million, and you can see from the bottom here that has been building up already for quite a long time. 500 million at the current level and current stage of the market is pretty high. I think we are going to get a correction, might be this week, because we're getting inflation CPI data in the United States, if I'm not mistaken, on Wednesday. So that will most likely cause some volatility, and then I think that the open interest is going to drop down. Are we therefore going higher or lower? Last week I said like, yeah, don't really know, could be either way, but since we now already took the lows, and we seeing that we're having a slight negative funding rate on a lot of exchanges, therefore the majority of the people is trying to short the current market, and then with a high open interest, I think we're getting a short squeeze, and then the main targets are first this high at 28k and then this golden pocket. So if you are able to get into the current trade with a good risk to reward, you can aim for maybe 5 to 6% profit on the current trading range. If something happens along the way, let's say we would take out this high and then we start ranging here a little bit, or something strange happens, of course I will make a new video, see if we can still get into a trade, because we don't need to take this out, but that is then really something that I will look at later on this week. But for now I just want to short the highs, long the lows, and since we already took the low, like I said, I'm careful for this one. Current level I like, and then really these highs, so that would be actually very nice. And for now I am slightly more bullish because of the negative funding rate, and we have a really high open interest that we started to build up over the last couple weeks or months. So I think this is going to be corrected rather sooner than later. That will be it for now. If you like the content, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share this video with your friends if you think that's useful. Also feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Those links you will find in the description. See you guys very soon again in the next one. Bye bye.